some more scary ghost stories.
When I grabbed her, she was ice cold.
To claws scraping down my closet door.
That my nose started bleeding.
I heard a knocking coming from inside the walls.
That thing that looked like Dad make a horrible, creepy face, so she screamed.
Ooh, some creepy stories.
See you on the flip side.
The Mimic.
The Mimic, the Mimic, the Mimic, the Mimic, the Mimic, the Mimic.
There is a medicine story that tells of Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it, pecking at it until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then Crow's shadow ate her. Crow is dead now. Join us as we attempt to look through the wandering crow's eye to find the gateway to the supernatural, to seek to know the unknowable mysteries of creation. Welcome to the Wandering Crow Podcast.
This next one comes from Single Mom 24. She calls this story The Mimic. When I was 17, for almost a whole year, almost every time my mom and sister were out of town for the day shopping and I was home alone, I'd hear it. Keys jingling in the front door, the click of the lock, the scrape of the door sliding open and closed, as the dogs rushed to the front door, barking to greet whoever came home. I'd hear my mom or sister tell the dogs to stop and that they live here, and the dogs would stop barking and go about their business. I would get up and go and say hi and help put things away, but nobody would be there. It stopped happening once I started staying in bed and calling my mom to see where they were instead of getting up to greet them. Once after my mom had surgery, she was staying at her parents' place for a few weeks to heal. I brought my dog for a walk, and when I came home, my mom's dog, who was asleep in her room, started barking. I heard my mom tell her,
"Shelby, stop barking."
And after a few more barks, she listened and stopped. I ran to my mom's room to say hello. I hadn't seen her in a few weeks at that point and didn't know she was coming home. But her room was empty. I still don't know what it was or why the dog listened to the disembodied voice. I don't know why it was stealing my family's voices. A lot of other stuff happened at that apartment, from knocking in the walls to claws scraping down my closet door. In this same apartment, my sister had just left to her boyfriend's, and my mom was at work. I started feeling sick, so I grabbed a banana and went to my room to try to feel better. Almost as soon as I got to the bed, I heard a knocking coming from inside the walls. I could replicate it exactly by knocking my knuckle against the wall. I called my sister crying because I didn't know what it was, and she came home. But just before the front door opened, the knocking stopped. She made sure I was all right, then left again, and everything was quiet. I stood up to go throw my banana peel away, and as I was walking past my closet out of my bedroom, I heard one final knock in the walls. A few months later, I rearranged my bedroom and set up a little reading corner where I was leaning against my closet in a blanket nest I had made on the floor. It only happened when I was leaning against the door for over 20 minutes, but any time I would be reading in my little nest, I would hear and feel the vibration of the door rumbling against my back, what sounded like claws dragging down the inside of the closet door trying to get out. It only happened 3 times before I rearranged my room again. This time, I put my bed against the closet door so anything in there couldn't get out. Mind you, my closet was completely full to the top. A kitten couldn't fit in there. So I don't know where the sound was coming from, but it certainly wasn't the 3 garbage bags pressing against the door. I still hear things coming from my closet after moving my bed against it, but I feel safer knowing it couldn't get out. Another story, just remembered, at the same apartment. I was laying in bed, right at the edge of the bed, with my hands over the edge, when I heard a loud bang, like someone punched my dresser across the room. It made me jump into the middle of the bed. A few seconds later, my bed started aggressively vibrating off the floor. Whoa. Here's another one. In the house I just moved from, my sister had a basement for over a year. Everyone in the house changed rooms, and my daughter and I moved into the basement. One night around 2 a.m., I woke up to my bedroom door creaking open. I just moved my eyes to look at the door and saw a skeletal-looking hand reaching into my room slowly. It got about halfway to the elbow before it just stopped for a few seconds, then slowly moved back out. As soon as the hand was out of sight, I whispered to my dog, "Go look in the hall." She was watching the door too. She got up, jumped off the bed, and ran into the hallway. She came back a few seconds later, and I immediately jumped up and ran to slam the door shut and lock it. It could not have been my sister because the stairs are creaky, and she wouldn't have been able to get back upstairs without me hearing. Naturally, I was up the rest of the night. When the sun came up, I waited another couple of hours till about 10 a.m. and went upstairs to her room and woke her up asking why she was in my room the night before, and she was confused. She said she hadn't gone downstairs since she did laundry the afternoon before. We were the only 2 people home. I still don't know what was in that apartment, but I'm glad it didn't follow me when we left.
This comes from Reddit, the No Sleep subreddit, by Mason Ladouceur. This happened to me about 2 years ago, around late December of 2020. I was 19 around the time. Me and my girlfriend were at my grandparents' place having a couple of drinks out in the garage until it got too cold to stay out there. It was one of the coldest nights of the year, and there was a bad blizzard that night. We live in Canada, by the way. We both went back to the house around 2 a.m. She went into my room, and I went out into the kitchen to cook something for us in the oven. I was on my phone, standing alone in the kitchen, when my grandma and my girlfriend both walked out into the kitchen together. It was a bit strange because my grandma is never up that late, and it was even stranger that my girlfriend came out at the same time. The first thing my grandma said to me is, "Don't go back out there tonight. On a night like this, people lose their lives." I was a little bit freaked out because I was just about to head back out to the garage to grab something. I never told anyone I was going back out. My girlfriend and my grandma just stood there staring at me with the weirdest expressions I've ever seen, with very unnatural smiles that didn't seem right. My girlfriend then walked over and gave me a hug. When I grabbed her, she was ice cold. I commented about this, and when I mentioned how cold she was, her expression changed. Her smile faded, and she looked up at me with really serious, sad eyes and didn't say anything. There was something else I noticed too. She smelled like a campfire, an earthy, smoky smell. There wasn't an explanation for this, and she didn't smell like that earlier. I swear at that moment I got chills all over. There was something so off about it all, but I couldn't put my finger on it. My girlfriend whispered in my ear, "Don't go outside tonight." She walked back over to my grandma. She stood beside her with her head down and a serious expression, while my grandma was still staring at me with that weird, fake smile. It was so bizarre, I just stood there speechless. The wind began to literally fucking howl outside. My grandma turned and looked at my girlfriend.
Don't mess with black magic,
she said.
Nothing good is gonna come from it.
My girlfriend didn't say anything. She continued looking down. I stood there confused. My girlfriend looked up at me. We have to go now, she said. They both started walking away. My grandma looked back at me for a second.
See you on the flip side,
she said with that weird smile. I got another chill through my whole body when she said that. They turned the corner and left the kitchen. I stood there for a while. I didn't know what to make of it all. I decided not to go out to the garage. I'd go out and get my stuff the next morning. I stayed out in the kitchen for another 10 minutes until the food was done. I went back into my room with it. My girlfriend was in bed, laying down. She got up and we put on a movie. I guess it was quiet because she asked me, "What's wrong?" I told her everything was okay. It took me 10 minutes to say something about it because, to be honest, I was still frightened by it. I turned to her and asked her why she and my grandma came out to the kitchen. The second I said that, my nose started bleeding. I ran to the bathroom and got something to stop the bleeding. When I went back in the room, I told my girlfriend everything. As you can guess, she said she never went out to the kitchen, and she swore on someone's life she was in the room the whole time. She also didn't smell like smoke anymore. We went and woke up my grandma right after, and my grandma said the same thing. She actually thought we were trying to mess with her, and she didn't believe me. We were so freaked out after this, we had trouble sleeping for the rest of the night. The part that really messed my girlfriend up was when I told her about how cold she felt and how she smelled like smoke. The only explanation we could come up with was that maybe if I went outside that night, something bad would have happened to me. Maybe the spirits of dead relatives watching over me came to me in that form so I wouldn't be scared, and they could get the message through. The last part of it that made sense was the part about the black magic. My girlfriend just got a book about witchcraft from her friend the week prior. My girlfriend never opened the book again after this. She took what was said as a warning. This is from Redditor Hemulu from Our Paranormal. This happened when I was 8 years old. I saw my dad in the bathroom wiping himself after a shower. But the problem is that he was supposed to be in the office at that time. So I asked him, "Dad, when did you come home?" He didn't say anything. I asked again and he closed the bathroom door in my face. I went from that room and didn't think much of it. 20 minutes later, my mom gave me and my little brother lunch. So we three, my mom, me, and my little brother, sat to eat lunch. I asked my mom, "Why aren't we waiting for Dad?" She laughed and said, "Well, why would we? He's gonna come home tonight." I told her, "But Dad's home." Then I explained what had happened. We searched the entire house but couldn't find him. Creepy, right? After eating, me and my little brother fell asleep. Mom stayed awake to watch TV. I woke to my mom screaming. I rushed to look for her. I found her before that bathroom door. She hugged me and couldn't talk. I looked at the bathroom and it was empty. I asked my mom what happened. She said she saw Dad. Dad was there, but why would he appear out of nowhere? She asked him, "When did you come home?" And she said that she saw that thing that looked like Dad make a horrible, creepy face, so she screamed. And in no time, I was there. And then that thing disappeared. Later, when Dad came home that night, we told him everything. I don't really remember what we did after that, but we did move out of that house. Well, murderers, this concludes another mini episode of The Wandering Crow. We very much hope that you're enjoying these little minis, as we are very much enjoying making them. Heck, we even scare ourselves sometimes. Stay tuned for another release of a full-length episode in a couple of days. And until then, sleep well.